Knick of
Ooh.
Time Show. Go check out that show. It's a great show. It's a great show.
New York, New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time Show here, giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And Ryan, it's time to talk about another loss. The Knicks have lost 7 out of 10. Just lost to the Warriors 126-113. A better effort, I guess, but it's not the time for better effort talk. This is not the time for moral victories. This is time to put wins together because the Knicks lose again, slipping to third in the East. The Celtics are now a better team than the Knicks, statistically, without Jason Tatum, and we're going to talk about it, all right? Before I do it, I'm going to introduce you to the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G in the building. Since the NBA Cup, the defense has just collapsed, and I'm not sure there's an answer for it. At least not anything that's a quick fix.
Yeah. And here's the thing about this game, Ryan, because I don't even really catch the first half of this game. The Knicks got out to a fast start. It seemed like they were angry with the way the things that happened in Sacramento. Deuce McBride was starting. Shamet is back. They were forcing turnovers. They were getting out to the open floor, and they were up. They were up big. And you're looking at the first quarter statistics. If you're looking at the summary, the Knicks end the first quarter 35-30, advantage Knicks. But at one point, they were up, I believe, like 15 to 16 points. Then the bench comes in. The first mistake. Karl-Anthony Towns goes to the bench, and coach goes, you know what? You know what I'm going to do, Ryan? You know what I should try that hasn't worked all year, but I'm going to try it once again versus the Warriors. I'm going to put Yabusele in at center.
Bruh.
That didn't work. It was the most hard 3 minutes of basketball ever seen from that man. And then he had Jordan Clarkson in the game with him, and he started out hitting pretty tough shots. You know, two people on him and runners, but as the game waned on, I felt like Jordan Clarkson couldn't really handle the pace of the game. He was a negative 18 on the night. Pretty much, it seemed like the starters kind of was with it, and the bench really couldn't keep up. Hey, that might happen when you're missing Jaylen Brunson and your bench is now your starters. But that's kind of what we saw in the first quarter, where the Knicks were now only up 5 points. And not only that, Ryan, the 3-point defense. For some reason, there's always some guy on another team that's not the star that always kills us from the 3-point line. People just keep taking turns, just lighting us up from the 3-point line. And tonight, the guy who lit us up was Moses Moody, who did he miss? I think he might have missed once. Moses Moody shot 7 of 9, 77% from the 3-point line. We keep consistently leaving him. Now, I get it, because he got Steph Curry on the team. Sometimes he's moving. Is really hard to keep track of Steph Curry, especially you just don't want him to get open for 3 because you don't want him to get open for 3. Sometimes 2 goes to Steph Curry just by accident because you don't want him to go off, and Moses Moody starts going off. And we never just was able to solve that Rubik's Cube between Curry screening for Mooney, Curry screening for Jimmy Butler. Defensively, we just were out of sorts after, forcing him into turnovers in that first quarter. And I just feel like we just never got an identity defensively. I felt like I saw more effort, but something was off with the execution. Maybe it was game plan. Maybe it was the the minutes and the toll, the pace taken on the players. I don't know what it was, but we just could not keep up defensively and hold those guys down from three.
Yeah, the Knicks have been poor defensively. I think there was a stat they showed during the game. I think since New Year's, like the teams with the worst defensive rating, and the Knicks are second to last. So this month, the Knicks have the second to worst defense in the NBA at the moment, and the only team worse than there was the Utah Jazz. Like I said earlier, I don't know if there's going to be any quick fixes that can actually fix the Knicks defense. I know the Warriors had hit some tough shots, but at the end of the day, giving up 23s is unacceptable. I know the Warriors are a good three-point shooting team. I think they're the best in the league. I think they attempt the most and make the most in the league, but you can't give up 23s. You just can't. And although the defense was not there, I think there were some positives in the game. Like, for example, guys did step up offensively, which is what I like to see, because with Brunson out, you had OG with 25, McBride with 25, Bridges with 21. So guys were trying to pick up the slack that Brunson, they were picking up the slack missing with Brunson. And on top of that, I did like the way OG became aggressive late in the fourth quarter to try to get the Knicks back in the game. I want to see more of that aggressiveness from OG, because he doesn't show it all the time. And it's the same thing with Bridges. I think Bridges at one time shot 9 of 10 from the field.
Yeah.
So I wish these guys would show this aggressiveness a bit more, especially when Brunson is playing, because that would definitely help the team a lot, with Brunson not being the only option that teams need to focus on. But overall, just defensively, the defense let the Knicks down again, ultimately. I know it's hard to guard Curry, and I know with them chasing Curry around, it definitely left some open threes because the guys got confused with rotations and things of that nature. More than one guy's tracking, Curry or whoever else is running off screens, and left some threes open for the Warriors to hit. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure the answer is to fix the Knicks defense, but as this month goes on and we continue to see the Knicks be poor defensively, the answer might be a move. Maybe the Knicks need to make a move to refresh the team a bit.
And that's the thing, though, like with the way the cap situation is, with who's available, who's not, I don't know if there's even a move to be made right now. Like, I feel like if there's any moves to be made, it might be more in the summer than now, because I don't like to drastically blow up the team or make big moves right now, right before the trade deadline. Just seems like steps backwards to go forward later. Like, I don't know what move to make right now. Like, especially considering this, right? Jaylen Brunson is not in the game today. He's one of our worst defenders. So like, offense wasn't really the issue. So you think, all right, Jaylen Brunson's out, the defense should hold up a little bit better with Jaylen Brunson out. Maybe the scoring doesn't pick up, but the defense should hold up. And no, that wasn't really the case. Like, we still, even Deuce McBride, pointed by that defender. Now, granted, he's guarding Steph Curry. It's like, I don't care how great you are. You guarding Steph Curry, you're probably not going to slow him down. He slowed him down for maybe a quarter, or maybe he's played possum, got the rest of his team going, decided I'm going to take over in the fourth quarter. When the fourth quarter came, Steph Curry was in step back jumpers, flicking his wrist with no space. It was like, it was nuts. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. And here's the thing, Ryan, you talked about the offense and the way the guys stepped up offensively. Normally, I would lean into this. Like, yes, this is great because this is what we're waiting for. We want McCall to be more, we want him to be more aggressive. We want OG Anunoby to realize he's bigger than everybody else, just bully ball everybody. We like that. We want Deuce McBride to drop 25 points because he hasn't been dropping 25 points, but he had 25 points today. He shot 6 of 12 from 3. We like that. We like all of that. Karl-Anthony Towns, 17 points and 20 rebounds. 20 rebound game from Karl-Anthony Towns. That's something you would like to applaud. And he had a block and a steal. He was. I feel like he was trying, at least defensively. All that would be nice. Except it's too late for moral victories at this point. That's really what it is. Even with all the things that I've been wanting to see and all the signs that I want to see that's been going in the right direction, the fact that we still lost to the Sacramento Kings, a game that we didn't show up for, a game that we chose to try to turn it off and turn it on, it puts you in a predicament where you can't afford to even have moral victories, and you got to get wins up on the board now. And that's what's happening right now. You can look at this game and go, we don't have Jaylen Brunson. Of course, you're going to lose this game without Jaylen Brunson. But when you blow a game like you did yesterday, now you got to make up the ground somehow. And I can't even be, the moral victory. We play better. Nah, y'all need wins on the board at this point.
No, definitely, especially since the Knicks have championship aspirations. If you have championship aspirations and your team lost 7 of the last 10, you definitely have to try to turn it back on. You can't really rest on more victories. I definitely agree with that. I was just trying to point out that at least guys try to step up with their effort compared to the last game in Sacramento, where it was just pitiful on both sides of the ball. At least they stepped up offensively, but I agree. It's when you have championship aspirations, you can't really rest on more victories. You have to turn it up and try to get wins, because this team right now, they're not looking like a championship team. They're looking like a team that, yeah, you're good enough to make the playoffs, but how far are you going to really go? You know what I'm saying, with the way you're playing at the moment. So yeah, man, we want to see the team do better, but at the end of the day, the defense got to turn around, and these guys have to really put their foot down and really, like I said, I'm not a coach. I don't know what it's going to take to correct that defense. I'm not in the coaching room. I barely even got time to even watch a video to even really break it down and be like, okay, what are the Knicks doing wrong here? What are the Knicks doing wrong there? But something has to be done on the defensive side of the ball, because the Knicks can score with pretty much anybody. The issue is the defense. How are we going to fix that?
Is it more athletes? Because I feel like a lot of the things we get lost on is the help and recover. Like, we help in the middle, then they swing, get to the corner. We don't always get to the corner all the time. I feel like we've done it well in spots, but we haven't done it well the entire game. And I feel like, to me, that's been our biggest issue, at least this game. And Mr. Knock It Off, listen to what I'm saying. I did not say Deuce McBride can shut down Steph Curry. All right, I did not say that. So please listen to what I'm talking about, and don't make up stuff, please. No one said that. I'm sorry. Back to the game, damn it. And here's the thing, man. Knicks just lose again. It's time to pick up some wins, and we're losing the game on the margins as well. Big time in the fourth quarter. About 10 minutes, 35 seconds left. This was a big play. Cat goes to the hole, flagrant foul on Draymond Green. He gets a flagrant one. I'm looking at this play. I'm like, dog, this looks like a flagrant two if I ever seen one. It's not a basketball play whatsoever. He tries to foul this dude, then he grabs his ankle and twists it. Like, to me, that's a flagrant. That's not even a flagrant one. That's not even like, oh, I try to swipe at the ball and the follow through, I hit him in the face. To me, that's a flagrant two if I ever hear one. Fine. Flagrant one. Karl-Anthony Towns hits a free throw and misses the second. Then, right after that, Karl-Anthony Towns gets foul number 4 and foul number 5 within 16 seconds of each other. Foul number 4, a dude runs into his elbow as he's trying to lift the ball, and he gets a foul call. I'm like, I don't understand. You're right. I don't understand how somebody can run into my body and I get a foul call. I don't understand that. I don't get it. And then right after that, maybe you can debate this a little bit more. I feel like Draymond Green drives into Karl-Anthony Towns, and it's very incidental contact. I feel like Draymond just flailed his arms, and because he knew that Karl had 4 fouls, he just said, I'm gonna drive and try to get something. And I don't even feel like there was even a lot of contact there. He gets a fifth foul. Then on the subsequent end, Karl-Anthony Towns gets hacked with like 2 minutes to go by Draymond Green, and there's no foul call. The Karl-Anthony Towns whistle is still like the biggest enigma to me. It's not even an enigma. He freaking complains way too much. And I feel like it taints him and he doesn't get the calls he should. And I feel like that was a big play because I feel like we started to mount a comeback right there. And those 2 fouls, bang, bang, kind of just took down the momentum.
Yeah, I agree with that because I even mentioned in the chat, I thought that foul on Karl-Anthony Towns was unfortunate because, and I understand how the game is called because the game is trying to take away any contact to the face. So anytime, even if it's not incidental, the referees are going to call the foul on the player that throws the elbow, whatever the case may be, at a player's face. But at the same time, I think they have to throw in a player's intention. You know, is it a basketball move or is he really intentionally trying to knock a player out? Because if you watch the play unfold, when Pods was, I forgot who he was chasing, but he basically it's not like Karl-Anthony Towns moved into him
right
to knock him off balance. Karl-Anthony Towns was stationary. He was basically lifting the ball over the guy's head, making a basketball move, and unfortunately his elbow ran into the guy's face. So I'm like, yeah, I understand you want to try to take out contact with a player's face and call it an offensive foul, but at the same time, it's a basketball move. Like, it's not like he tried to intentionally hit the guy. So, and then on top of that, I agree with the Draymond Green foul as well. I thought it was the way I saw the play when Draymond Green was driving to the basket. I think Karl-Anthony Towns did bump him a little bit, but I don't think it was anything, crazy. Yeah, like I don't think it was anything crazy to like knock Draymond Green off of his trajectory to the basket or anything like that. So I think that was a call that I think it could have been a no call, but again, like refs pick and choose what they want to call because there's a lot of plays we see in the NBA where there's incidental contact, where there's barely any contact and the refs let it go. Then other plays where there's incidental contact and the contact is light, refs call it. So it's inconsistency on the refs' part as well. But like when as the saying goes, when it rains, it pours, and for the Knicks right now, it's definitely pouring.
It's definitely pouring, and it's like, and listen, despite all the ref stuff, we still have to put these guys away. And we still got to do what we have to do, and unfortunately, we didn't have to do what we have to do. It is what it is at this point. The bench to me was probably the biggest issue on top of the 3-point defense. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like we at this point, Ryan, where it's like they just need to get to February. That's what I'm just looking at. February, like, dog, y'all just need to get to February and get a mental reset. To me, that's what it looks like more than anything. And pray y'all don't get traded because the way I've been playing, half the team can be traded and you couldn't even blame Leon Rose because y'all got to show up. And y'all haven't been. But it seems like since the cup, they just checked out. And we need them to check back in and get a second win. And hopefully that happens for us. In the meantime, like I said before, I did like some things that I saw today. Like I like that Mikal Bridges was hitting the mid-range. I like that OG Anunoby was being super aggressive. This is the OG Anunoby I remember when he was averaging 28 points a game when Jaylen Brunson was out last season. This is the old Anunoby I remember. I like that. I like that Karl-Anthony Towns had 20 rebounds. I like that he seemed more active defensively. The thing I will say about Karl-Anthony Towns is he has to spend some money in big man camp. You are too big to not be able to post up Draymond Green easily. Draymond Green I understand he's a defensive player of the year. Draymond Green is like 47 years old at this point. You are 7'5", or whatever, you can easily back down, dribble over your left shoulder. Shoot over your left shoulder, shoot over your right shoulder. He has no chance of blocking that when you're 2 feet away from the basket. I don't understand. Drop steps. You don't have to power. I feel like he relies too much on physicality to try to get these baskets. And you're big. You don't have to, yes, use physicality, but also use footwork. Also use angles. Like, if you do this as a guy who's 7 feet tall, Draymond can't bother your shot. Like, I need him. I need him to get all the money. He makes $59 million a freaking year. I need you to get $10 million of that. Go see Hakeem Olajuwon in the summer and work on it.
No, I agree. And like I said in the chat, there was one player where it was bad for me what Cat was doing in the post, because I'm like, I think it was late in the second quarter, he had the ball in the post and Draymond Green was guarding him, and Draymond Green was definitely leaning to his left, trying to, I guess, guard Cat from going into the paint to score. He was trying to lead him towards baseline. I'm like, if the guy's on your left, why are you backing him down crazy? Like, just spin quickly to your right and get the easy basket, because he's already guarding to your left. He's not gonna be able to defend you if you quickly spin to your right. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Cat for being a big man, but I think also it's the way the NBA is trending at the moment, because there's very few big men, I think, in the league today that has great footwork. There's only like maybe you can count in your hand like how many big men have great footwork. Like maybe like you could probably say Nikola Jokic, Sengun on the Rockets. Like there's only a few big men that actually have great footwork nowadays. A lot of these big men don't even practice post moves. You know what I mean? Nowadays.
But you have to. I know you the self-proclaimed best shooting big man in the league, but you're shooting a career low from 3. So if that's not going, then you need to get in the post and work it. And now here's the thing I did like about Karl-Anthony Towns. He has been on the offensive glass a lot more, because if you're not getting the flow of the offense and you're not getting in the post, the way to get 2 extra points to get yourself going is get the offensive glass and get to putbacks. I did like that part of his game, and I want him to actually keep that when Brunson is coming back, just in case it's like, man, if I have to work myself in the game, you can. But still, you need to work on your footwork. I feel like in the beginning of the season, he was doing more footwork type moves in the post, a la the Wizards when he had the game. But then as the season gone along, he just went away from that, and I just need him to focus back on that.
Definitely.
And man, I wish Mitch can play 30 minutes a game and back-to-backs, because this is one of those games where I was like, ugh. If Mitch played 30 minutes last game, I don't know. That might have been a closer game, to be honest with you. If he could actually have the wherewithal, the physicality in his body to withstand the punishment and play 30 minutes, that might have been a closer game yesterday. And I feel like we might have needed more Mitchell Robinson today.
No, definitely. I think if Mitch plays today, I'm not saying the Knicks would win, because the way they're playing defense, I'm not sure if they would have won the game, but I think Mitch plays, he would at least got the Knicks at least a few more possessions where the game would have been closer than it ended up being. Definitely.
Oh, man. Absolutely. And one other thing, too. Josh Hart was interesting today because he was kind of doing his point Josh Hart thing, where like I felt like they was kind of playing. They had a lot more ball movement in the first quarter. They was kind of doing like some 3-man weave almost type of thing. Maybe that's what Lee calls the will offense. I feel like they did this. They started off the game doing a good job just sharing the ball, moving off ball, hitting people, not super relying on Deuce McBride to set up the offense, because whenever he starts to set the offense, that's when you start to see the offense back down. I feel like they did a really good job sharing the wealth. Josh Hart started to get into his I'm scared to shoot mode again. And I felt like in that second quarter, especially, the Knicks worked some advantages, let them open the top of the key. Instead of shooting the open shot, he dives in and tries to force something to happen and it causes turnovers. I need Josh Hart to snap out of that. Yes, you're passing the ball. Yes, you're the facilitator. Yes, that's your guy, but you've been on a tear because you've still been able to shoot and pass. And we need you not to stop shooting for long portions of the game, allowing the defense to load up on you and then cause unnecessary turnovers.
Yeah, definitely. I know Josh Hart started the game hot. I believe he had like 5 assists in the first quarter, I believe, from what I heard.
Yeah.
And so I know that he was passing the ball around, facilitating and things of that nature. But, you know, like you said, he needs to shoot the ball as well, because when he's an actual threat from the 3-point range, it opens up the offense for the Knicks because teams can't drop off of him. They have to actually guard him up, which leaves more space for others to operate. So when Josh Hart is not shooting the ball, that allows teams to pack the paint. And when teams pack the paint, you can't it closes the penetrating lanes for the Knicks, and it really leaves a lack of space as well on offense. So yeah, Josh Hart got to keep shooting the ball, and he's been shooting the ball pretty decent this season. So I'm not sure why he shot away from it tonight.
Great point. Good points. Good points. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to mention? I'm not gonna hold you. I had a long day today.
No, I feel you. I'm looking to see. Do I have anything else I want to mention?
I am running on fumes. Is Ebony in the chat today? Yo, Ebony.
Oh, Ebony. So wait, why is she ain't on that? If
Yo, Ebony, why you not on the panel?
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, she in the chat. Why she not on with us?
You usually be sleeping now. You're actually awake. Why you not on the panel, Ebony? What the hell?
Oh boy.
Ebony, did you get the link?
Oh boy.
Ebony, can you hear me? Ebony, did you get the link? I'm pretty sure I sent the link to your email. Unless your email's been funky. I understand. If I could, I would, y'all. Okay, all right.
All right, man. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that.
I'm about to say, bring Ebony.
Yeah, but I really got nothing else to say. I mean, bench was ass today, so I don't even really want to talk about the bench. So.
Yeah, the only other thing I will say is welcome back, Shamit. Shamit has missed multiple games, and this is his first game back. Shamit and Deuce McBride are our best point of attack defenders, the best guys who kind of fights over the screens and causes havoc. It's going to be interesting to see how these minutes shape out. You know, Jordan Clarkson's been getting a lot of these minutes. I know people love Jordan Clarkson, and Jordan Clarkson be pissing me off sometimes. I need B and Lee be in here to remind me why Jordan Clarkson is here sometimes again. Because today when I'm looking, no, I'm serious. I'm looking at the game today. Jordan Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson's shot selection is just such a acquired taste. Like, he tries to post up dudes who are 6 inches taller than he is. And he tries to post them up while he's getting double teams. And sometimes I'm just like, is this the time to try something like that? I don't think so. And most of the times when I see that stuff, I feel like it doesn't work. And today he was like a -18. I felt like he's forcing it. I felt like he's playing too many minutes at some point. I'm like, dog, Clarkson is still in the game. Can we see some Diawara maybe? Can we see somebody else? I mean, Shamit is back. I mean, Shamit didn't shoot well today either. Well, like, I was tired of Clarkson today. I'm not even gonna hold you.
With Clarkson, I just try to look at the positives with him and just be like, you know what? When he's hot, he's hot. But yeah, games like this, I think the one shot that really pissed me off was when he took that deep three, because I'm like, Clarkson, you're not a deep three. I mean, you're not a deep three shooter. Why are you taking that shot? Like, why the hell are you taking that shot? And we try to fight back into the game. You can't be taking shots like that, man.
A contested deep three with who was on him? Jimmy Butler on? I think Jimmy Butler got switched on him at the top of the key. He was like 28 feet, 29 feet behind the basket, and he shot a deep. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either, man. But yeah, I think this is a conundrum that Mike Brown has, because I know Mike Brown is going to play his guys. he wants the vets out there. He wants to win. But I think with the defensive struggle that the Knicks have, he might have to look at Diawara, and he might have to look at McCullough to try to see if they could try to shore up the defense a little bit, because right now the Knicks defense is poor. And, those two guys are defenders. Like, yeah, they're young. Yeah, they haven't gotten much playing time and things of that nature. But at the moment, this team needs defense. And if the guys that you have in your 9-10 man rotation are not defending, you might have to go deep into that bench to see if you can get some type of continuity on defense where, they can show up the defense a bit and, see if they can help out.
I feel like it would be Shamit, to be honest. I feel like if you're gonna go for length, you go Diawara. But if you're like, we need more on-ball defense, I think you're gonna go Shamit before you go McCullough, just because Shamit has a reputation of being a shooter and he can play defense. So I feel like Shamit officially ends the McCullough experiment for sure. And shoot, Tyler too, man. Tyler needs to work on his floater. Tyler, I know the three is in and out, but I feel like when Tyler's in the paint and he tries to go for that floater, he puts too much on it. When you're shooting a floater in the paint, you kind of have to slow down like a bit and then like flick the wrist a little bit. He shoots the floater too damn aggressive, and he never drops in. So it's like, and they keep giving him that floater. Tyler needs to work on his float game for sure, because they keep giving it to him. He's got to work on that. That's an essential move for a guard.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, the predicate says Kuminga is available. We need defense.
Yeah, Kuminga's available, but he's gonna cost money. That's the thing. Knicks definitely gonna have to give up pieces.
That's Josh Hart pretty much.
Yeah.
Kuminga is 22 mil. That's Josh Hart. Whew. That's Josh Hart. Are you trading Josh Hart for Kuminga? I know, exactly. We need the size. He has the size. But it's like, it feel like it's too much. It's too much of a gamble, yo. It's like Josh Hart definitely is flawed, but we need playmaking with the rebounding. We need all that intangible stuff with the height too. So it's like I feel like we're just giving up too much.
Yeah, for just Kuminga.
As much as I like the idea of Kuminga. Like, it's just, I feel like we'll be like, you think we have problems bringing the ball up now without Brunson. Woof. Woof. It's gonna get even worse. It's gonna get even worse.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I trust Leon in the front office. If a move is out there to improve the team, I trust that they're going to do what's best for the team and make that move. So whether it's Kuminga, whether it's Alvarado, whether it's other names that's been thrown out there, if the move makes sense for the Knicks, I trust Leon's going to make it.
Absolutely. All right, yo, salute to the chat too, man. Y'all, I'm gonna listen. This is 126 people together, YouTube, Twitter together. If you like the show, hit the like and subscribe. You gotta be, if you're watching us right now and it's 1:28 a.m. in the morning, especially if you actually have to work in the morning, you're not only crazy, but you are officially a KOT supporter, and you might as well just subscribe on the channel on YouTube. If you're gonna be up, shoot, my girl hardly be up with me till this 1:30 in the morning, but you up with me, so you might as well be up here and hit that subscribe button. All right, and I'm lying, she be up. All right,
that's not my girl; she be sleeping.
So hit that like and subscribe, man, if you're enjoying the show. Let's get to some comments before we dip out of here, yo. I felt like I seen a bunch of comments. And let me know if you've seen that stands out too. President Board says the KOT support is real. Ebony says, yeah, but Kaminga not trying to play Yabu role. He wants JB's role.
Yeah, and he's definitely getting down the Knicks. So
He's definitely not getting no JB role. That's for damn sure. Oh man. Bonner Lee says, don't overrate this current roster. I think he's saying that because we were saying we don't want to trade Josh Hart for Kaminga. It's not a case of overrating the roster. It's a case of allocating money and trying to figure out when we move that money, will that piece, yes, that piece will solve one problem, right? Here's the thing with trades. Sometimes when you trade somebody, you will solve one problem, but then create 3 other problems. And I feel like that's what trading for Kaminga would do for us. Like, I feel like we would solve one problem in that we would need like an athletic wing guy to play defense, but then we would cause other problems. Shooting. Another ball handler who's going to give us assists and be a connector for us. The intangible guy. I feel like we're going to have 3 other problems and solve one problem, and it's gonna be like a circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and plus I think Josh Hart's actually integral to this team. I don't see Josh Hart as the issue on this team for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take out Josh Hart and then put in Kaminga. To me, I would rather, if there was a way, I'd rather keep Hart and get Kaminga on the team, through other means. But I don't know the different, trade, like the different trades that could be made to bring Kaminga. That's something that Fritz would do. We would have to bring Fritz here to show us, the different ways the Knicks could possibly get Kaminga. But I'm not trading Josh Hart for Kaminga straight up. Like, that's a no for me, especially with all that Josh Hart offers on the court, especially from the intangible standpoint.
Yo, to be honest, Ryan G, I feel like whatever move we make that's big enough to affect this team will have to be in the summer. And to me, it most likely needs to involve Cat, to be honest with you, yo. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like it would have to involve Cat. If now, like, and this is if things keep going as they are right now. Like, we make the playoffs, but we kind of stumble in. We don't get out in the first round or second round or whatever like that. I think that's when you start to. I feel like then you start to investigate other types of moves, and then I feel like you start to look at more Cat than anything else to me, because he's going to be costing us $50 million next year.
Yeah, definitely, and I think when you evaluate the team and see that, and we talked about this in previous podcasts, we have 2 guys who are defensive liabilities in the starting lineup, JB and Cat. Can the team really win with both of those guys on the same roster? More than likely not. So if you're going to correct the defense and have one less defensive liability on the court, who do you think the Knicks are going to trade, JB or Cat? It's definitely not going to be JB. So you would expect that Cat would be the one to go in the summer.
And we'll see. We'll definitely see. Now, as it stands, that's what it seems like. It seems like we can't overcome that. This is why we got Wingstop here, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and it was working. It looked like it was working for a good 10 games. Will it work in the playoffs? Will it get back to it when it's all said and done? These are all questions that we're going to have to wait and see the answer. I know everybody's down on his team right now with good reason. Like, it's a long season, though. I'm not going to hold you. I'm even waiting. I'm like, I don't know what the hell is happening with this team. But we're going to play this season out and see what happens. And if there's a big move to be made, it's going to be made in the summer. That's for sure.
Definitely.
All right. Well, salute to the chat, though. Shout out to the Predicate. Shout out to Ebony. Shout out to Bonner Lee. Shout out to Fritz Alessandro, our best smarter in the game. Shout out to Edward Walker. He says Knicks have 0 defense. Shout out to Anna Grill. He says JJJ ain't the answer if you have to give up OG. He ain't a second option either. Is it too late to call Simmons? Simon. You talking Simons, you mean? Like Anthony Simons?
Wait, where you see that comment? JJJ and the answer, if you have to give up OG, he ain't a second option either. Is it too late to call? I'm a. I hope you don't mean Ben Simmons. I'm hoping.
I hope you don't mean Ben Simmons either. My brain said Simmons. I was like, nah.
Nah. I think it got to be a Fernie Simons. I'm assuming. I don't know. Can you clarify that for us?
Prezi the boss says, nah, Ben Simmons. I don't know about that. I don't know about either of them, actually. I don't know about either of them, actually.
I don't know. My dude Ben Simmons out here fishing, catching fish, throwing it back into the ocean and missing. I don't know. I don't know about Ben Simmons.
For real. I don't know about that either. Hi, yo. You have any bruh picks? I'm about to pass out. I had a long day.
I got a bruh pick. The Knicks. And the Knicks will continue to be a bruh pick for me until I see that defense shape up. So yes, the Knicks, you get a bruh pick. That defense is ass.
Bruh.
That's strong enough for me. that is strong enough for me. My bruh pick is Draymond Green because what the hell, bro?
Bruh.
Draymond Green trying to tackle Karl Anthony Towns at the foul line. I just don't like him. And no play for Mr. Gray, man. Why are you dyeing your beard? Just let it go gray.
Bruh.
Just embrace it, bro. Just embrace it. I'm like, I know this was not that color before. Like what? Whatever.
Facts. He's in that hair color treatment that Walt Clyde Frazier was advertising. What was it called again? Just for Men?
Yeah, Just for Men. No play for Mr. Gray.
He's used that Just for Men.
Yeah,
so we try to keep that gray away.
For real. Definitely brought to him. And hold on, what about Dylan Brooks too?
Bruh. Oh wait, hold on. What'd he do?
I was watching this again. Dylan Brooks freaking clocked somebody. He got the ball stolen. I feel like him and Draymond Green must have share the same DNA or something. Did anybody see this when Dylan Brooks got the ball stolen from him and then he was kind of like failing and then ends up like smacking dude in the face with his hands and he ended up like bleeding? I'm like, what the heck? Simmons, Dylan Brooks is a little too much, man. He's from that same cloth. Fact. Like if him and Draymond was on the same team, oh my God, I would.
Nah, that'd be crazy, yo. Like that'd be technicals left and right every game.
The all flagrant squad.
For real.
Oh man. All right, yo. That's the show, guys. I'm exhausted. I am ready to call it a night. Next game is the Phoenix Suns. We lost to the Phoenix Suns before. The only thing else I have to say actually is Jaylen Brunson is now when Jaylen Brunson got injured the last game, he walked off on his own power. So it's kind of safe to say that he'll be back soon. I don't think he'll be, so maybe he'll be back for that Phoenix game. I don't know. But I expect him back very soon. I think he was listed as day to day, I believe.
Yep, day to day.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and hopefully we have Jaylen Brunson back, and we'll be facing the Phoenix Suns on Saturday, is it? I think it's Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday, yeah.
All right, yo. All right, yo. That's the show, man. Thank you guys for watching. Ryan G, let them know they can find you, man.
You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT. You can also find me on Instagram at Sir G is Chillin'.
Sir G is Chillin'.
SIR. G is CHILLIN. And we also just got good news in the chat right now. Ebony said she should be good for Saturday, so I think Ebony's coming back to the show on Saturday. So make sure you tune in after the Knicks versus the Suns on Saturday.
Exactly, and hopefully we'll have the whole squad. Shoot, Beavy might be back. I know. Shout out to B who was on the last show with her little like what would you call that voice?
Yeah, that raspy.
Yeah,
that raspy cold voice.
Yeah, like if Alicia Keys needed a cough drop voice. Yeah, but like shout out to her. She's drinking some tea now. Hopefully she'll be back as well. I know Lee's out there working, and hopefully he's back as well too. But shout out to my peoples. And yeah. Yo, that is a show. Frisco.
Doc Rivers, yeah. Yeah, she did sound like Doc Rivers. Yeah.
There you go. Doc Rivers voice. There you go.
Yeah, Doc Rivers' voice is crazy raspy.
How before we go, chat, before we go, what does B's voice sound like in the chat? Let's go. We got Billie Holiday, we got Doc Rivers, Wheezy. Oh man, shout out to B. Somebody tag her and tell her we was cracking jokes on her. All right. That is the show. Oh man. Thank you guys for watching. And as always,
shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks streets. That's the show. We out of here. Have
Peace.